Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning, and I thought that I would do, I guess I'm gonna start to probably do a quick series on this particular topic because I've gotten so much response, and I appreciate you guys as far as, chiming in, giving me your insights and your thoughts on these particular topics because they're very important. I mean, like they say, and it's the truth, our children is our future. And if we don't invest in our children, our future is jacked, So, I'm going to, try to, add my 2 cents to see if we can help. We can kind of solve some of the problems that our young folks are experiencing, because I say it all the time, and forgive me for sounding like a broken record. I thank God I grew up in the era that I did. I have no complaints. I don't have any complaints about the ass whoopings that I got because I deserved them. And those ass whoopings made me become the man that I am today, a very responsible and caring man, so it is what it is. And this topic spawned from our Tell It Like It Is talk show with my co-host Joseph Spencer, where we talked about, young black women stop having all these kids with all these guys that you just casually getting together with and not marrying, not having a long-term serious relationship with, And again, I stress, we're not picking on the young black women because it takes a male to create this situation for them. So, we got 2 culprits. It ain't just the woman not being on top of things and being naive. We got very irresponsible young men running around here impregnating all these women that they have no intentions on seriously having a relationship or marrying, so today's topic is this because it fits in well with the topic of that. And today's topic is abstinent, the realistic aspect of that, because, according to the Bible, or at least from what people told me according to the Bible, that, it's best to wait to have sex after you've gotten married. Now, here's the realistic issue or regarding that topic, because that sounds good. Don't do anything until you get married to find the right person. But is that really realistic in this day and time? Because I look at it now from a biological standpoint, and I give you a good example. Here is one of the many reasons that I never, ever put drugs in my system. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Because I realized at an early age, thanks to my mother and father, how magnificent the human body is. Because as far as this particular topic here, topic within the topic, as far as the wet dream. Now, some people might not know what that is, but, I'm going to explain it anyway. A wet dream is when you lay down at night, and normally you in your early teens when you experience this up until your 20s. At least I can speak for myself personally. I laid down one night. I had to been no more than about 14, maybe 13, 14. Laid down, got up, and I realized that I had semen in my underwear. Now, forgive me for being graphic, but it's important that I, put it out there. And I was really kind of freaked out. I'm like, what the hell is this? And why is this there? And it's amazing how, the human body is so complex, because around that time, and it varies from young man to young man, but around that time, probably about 12 to 15 years old, you experience what's called a wet dream. And what that is this. At this point in your life, your body is actually producing semen, sperm, to be able to impregnate a woman. You are biologically ready to start making babies. Whether you are ready financially, emotionally or not, God has, whoever created us has said, hey, you ready? You can do this. And what's so interesting is the human body is so well put together that the purpose of the wet dream is this. The body is now starting to produce that fluid. And that fluid, again, is to impregnate a female. But again, realistically, our young 13-year-olds are not ready to do that. But the body has, again, equipped itself to start that you can do this. And you start to produce this. And I don't know how often it is. Is it every day? Is it every other day? Is it a week? But the body starts to produce it. And it realizes that you're not sexually active at that point in your life. So the body or the mind or the brain, it has to get rid of this stuff. I mean, literally physically get rid of it. So it creates this thing of the wet dream, where you start to dream about, hey, then you wake up So it's amazing, how complex the body is, that it's able to get rid of this and create in your mind in a dream that you're that sexually active that you are achieving an orgasm. So it's amazing that the body is so sophisticated, and it's pretty sophisticated. So, again, as far as how, we create these things in our body. And again, we're not ready to be sexually active, but, again, the brain figures out a way, the body figures out a way to get rid of this stuff, and at that point in your life, your testosterone level is what drives your sex drive. And most of us, being men, sex drive at that point in our life from 15 to 25 is just through the roof. And it's just scary that, that urge is so strong that it has led men literally to their graves. Because here's a good example. And this has happened on a daily basis now, with the internet. People getting on the internet, not living too far from each other, hooking up. And here's a true story. It was this one particular young man that I think he lived in Texas, and he responded to one of those Dateline, internet messaging thing. He was chatting back and forth with this lady. So within a couple of days, they decided that they were going to get together, at 2, 3 in the morning. He's going to get in his car, drive across town, and meet her in front of her apartment complex and talk and see where it goes from there. And unbeknownst to him, he was basically being set up. He gets over there. Then he realizes that when he gets up to the apartment door to meet this woman, 2 big dudes jump out of the bushes with guns, and one of them shot him several times, and he hit the ground. And he had the foresight to lay there and pretend that he was dead, because he said that if he think that if he had not done that, they would have continued to shoot him until he was dead. And, after they shot him a couple of times, they reached in his pocket, got his wallet. He had no more than about $10 in his wallet, and they took it, So that drive, that sex drive, that testosterone level thing is that strong that it'll get men up out of their bed in the middle of the night to go rendezvous to have sex, because I think that's one of the quickest lures from a woman to a man, that that she promised him something in that nature. Hey, I'm game. Even though I know I got to get up and be at work at 7 o'clock, I'm getting up out of here at 2 in the morning, go hook up with you. So to realistically expect men at that stage in their life, from a biological standpoint, to say, hey, I'm gonna wait till I find me somebody to marry, and then I'm going to, I'm gonna have sex, because realistically, sex is a very important part in a relationship, especially when you're young, because when you get older, your testosterone levels drop, because thank God I'm not the horny dude that I was in my 20s, because that would cause a lot of problems, so at that stage in your life, your engine is revved up. And then you got society telling you, well, you need to put the brakes on those that revved up feeling until you can find you somebody, because you don't want to just jump up and marry somebody just to have ongoing regular sex. I mean, realistically, that it doesn't work that way, because you have to be physically attracted to someone in most cases, as well as emotionally attached, and they're both just as important to me, because we always downplay the sex part. Well, it ain't that serious and ain't that important. Yes, it is, but it is in a respectful way. So to ask people that at the point of their life that their sexual awareness is just up there in the hundreds, to ask them to say, well, we want you to wait till you get married, it's kind of unrealistic to me, and that's just my opinion, and I could be wrong. But again, as far as this topic, the original topic, as far as these women having all these kids, my thing is this. We're not trying to suppress a sexual thing or nature in you and young men. What we do want you to do is be very responsible when you have sex, that if it ain't a serious relationship and you're not married, ain't thinking about getting married or in love, you might want to put a condom on that thing, or some form of, protection. Because condom is probably the best bet, because not only it stops unwanted pregnancies, it also stops transmitted diseases. Because, HIV and AIDS ain't no joke. Because like I told you, I thank God I grew up in the area that I did, because when I was a young honey man, I didn't have to worry about, am I going to take this woman to a motel or have sex with her and then without a condom and hope that I don't get a virus or something deadly, herpes and stuff like that that you can't get rid of. So we didn't have to worry about that in my era. But, I really feel sorry for these young folks now, because I think they're more sexual now than they were when I was growing up, that they got to worry about that. Seriously worry about, man, if I lay down and have sex with this man or woman without protection, I'm risking my life. I mean, literally risking my life. So we just got to be cautious and be careful and be responsible. Because, like I said again, the topic today was the abstinent thing. Is this something realistic? Now, people that are really spiritual, they got parents that go to church and they go to church, they might be able to pull that off, because it's been embedded in them that this is the right thing to do. But when you got somebody that live in a low-income neighborhood, don't go to church, their father's not involved in their life, they dealing with the pressures of, of their peers during that time. If I don't do this, I'm viewed as a square or something wrong with me, so maybe I need to do it to get people up off me. I really feel sorry for these kids of today, and I'll do whatever I can to help sway one or two of them to say, hey, this guy, older guy, been there, done that, so I think I better maybe listen to him. Because I'm fortunate that I had people in my life throughout the time I was growing up that kind of helped me, guide me, and kind of kept me safe. As opposed to now you kind of on your own, or everybody doing something that ain't beneficial for you in the long run, and you get yourself involved in it and get caught up in this for the rest of your life. So I'm going to sign off now, but, I thought I would, do this video. I thought about it last night. I said, this would tie in with the original topic of, these young women need to stop having all these kids by men that they're not going to be long-term partners with. And the abstinence thing, in a perfect world, that would be perfect. But, the world that we live in, it's not like that. So it is what it is. Until next time, take care and thanks for watching.